Jesus, help me. I am in the country. I love the country. It is such a beautiful day. The sun is shining. A cool breeze is wafting by. A pure, clear, majestic river winds through the foot of the valley. I sit upon the hillside gazing down. There are no words to describe the beautiful intricacy of the scene before me. I am enthralled in God's creation. Everything is peaceful, loving, and inviting. Music, a wonderful music plays through my head. I want to stay here. I want to make this place my home. Suddenly I hear something. I'm not sure what it is. Far off, but getting closer. The sound strikes fear into my heart. What is that sound? As the sound draws closer, it begins to take shape. A tingling spreads all over my body. Grunting sounds drift to me, sounds of tireless exertion. Howling also reaches my ears. I can just make out sounds of tireless longing. Suddenly I realize what it is. It is a pack of wild dogs. But this is no ordinary pack. There is something chillingly supernatural in this. Hounds of hell! These are hounds of hell, and they are hot on the trail. They are driven on and on. Their master drives them. His fiery lash cracks with a hissing sound of burning flesh. Dog flesh. The dogs are driven mad with desire, a great desire to track down a soul in peril, to prey upon the weak. They want to feed. They need to feed. They need to feed upon a soul. They are compelled onward in their quest to present the conquest to their master who will never accept failure. They serve a master who is always looking for better ways to hunt, better ways to devour. They are still far off. How can I sense all of these things at such a distance? I'm not sure. They are on a scent. Whose scent? My scent? I'm not waiting around to find out. They are coming out of the west, so I rise and turn toward the east. I pause for a moment to formulate a quick plan, but nothing presents itself. Then a great howl fills the air, and a dark chill comes to me as a wave through my body. It seems as if the sky is suddenly dark, and the breeze has grown into a chilling wind. A prickly feeling of dread, I can think of no other name for it, ripples through me, from the top of my head down to the tip of my toes, and seems not even to stop there, but to continue into the very soil beneath my feet. Without thought or plan, I spring forward and begin to run, get away, have to get away. I run full speed, and it seems as if I'm staying ahead of them. But then I wonder, how long can I maintain this pace? So I slow. After a few seconds, I'm starting to feel a little better. At that very moment, another howl fills the whole valley. Ah, closer! They are closer! Without any control over my actions, I turn up the speed, all the way up, running. I have to get away. I run and run and run, but I cannot get away. No matter how I run, no matter where I run, I cannot shake them. The fear and the terror grow stronger in me. As I drive my body onward, I can think of nothing else. Move, legs, faster. My body wants to give out. My lungs cannot move air in and out fast enough. Dark spots appear before my eyes. I tell myself, don't stop. You can't stop. But my body cannot keep up this pace of full speed. I begin to tire and slow down. At this moment I hear a series of excited yelps. I have been spotted. Now the howling and longing sounds are replaced by grunts of delight. I can feel their focus upon me as they renew their efforts and increase their pace. Food, prey. At last we will feed on the soul of a helpless mortal. All hope escapes me. All power leaves my body. I collapse in mid-run, crashing to the leaves of the forest. Lying in a heap, my body racked with the pain of the fall and the pain of exertion, I resign myself to my fate. This is the end. I have failed. I have failed my family. I have failed God. I am powerless to prevent it. As the pack draws near, they slow to a walk. They creep forward, surrounding me as they go. Keenly intent on my every movement and even my every thought. They can read my thoughts. Awareness of this fact shakes me to the core. And then wait, they are speaking to me in my mind. I can hear them talking to me in my mind. No wonder I knew their intentions from the start. I turn and look at them. Fear grips me and my whole body is frozen. I am paralyzed with fear. but my mind still works. All of the animals are watching me closely. They appear to be patient and confident. As I look at one of the fiercest, he silently speaks to me. You are so weak and pitiful. Look at me. You have no power to stop me, and I will take everything from you. I will take and take and take, and you will be helpless to stop me. You are mine to devour. I will control you forever and ever. You will be my slave, and I will make your life miserable because of the miserable mortal that you are. And it seems to me even that he is grinning in delight. But there is something else. What is it? There seems to be something that he is trying to hide, as if he knows something else, as if he has had others in this position before and they have escaped him. Could it be fear? Yes, fear. He is afraid of something or someone who can rescue me. Is that possible? Can this creature possibly be afraid of anything? I quickly glance at the others. They too are gloating and presenting a powerful and confident front, but it is just a front. They are terrified that I might see through it. At this moment, time seems to stop, and I'm compelled to turn my head. My eyes are drawn back to the scene in the valley. I gaze once again on the river flowing majestically through the valley. To my surprise, I see that the sun is still shining in the valley. Why did I ever leave it? An image of Jesus overlays the valley. Jesus. Jesus! Jesus brings peace to the valley, not me. I can only see it and appreciate it. I cannot take credit for it. As I think of this thought, the fear lessens a bit. I begin to think a little more rationally. Well, if Jesus is the source of peace in the valley, maybe he can help me. If I admit that I'm powerless to help myself and throw myself at his mercy, maybe he can save me. I turn and face the dogs still creeping toward me. With all the courage I can muster, I look them straight in the eye and say aloud, Jesus, I need you. Immediately I feel a peace that I cannot explain. It fills me with a great sense of relief and wonder. The dogs' eyes fly open wide with fear, and they become extremely angry. Their eyes become slits, their tails go down, and drool flies from the compulsive opening of and then the slamming shut of their huge jowls. They charge at me, but before they can take 2 steps in my direction, they run into an invisible barrier between myself and them. They begin to hurl themselves against this barrier. Again and again they crash into the barrier, and each time they howl in pain and rage. Their attack on the barrier is so forceful that I begin to wonder if it is going to hold. Fear creeps in again. As fear creeps into me again, the barrier seems to weaken. The dogs seem to strengthen. As they are getting closer to me, they renew their efforts, and some of their confidence returns. Still, they are hiding a great fear. I say aloud again, Jesus, I need you. Once again I am suddenly filled with a wonderful peace, which seems to replace the fear. The peace is greater this time. The fear is even less than before, when I had said it the first time. At once the barrier is firm again, and sounds of dismay reach my ears, great howls of rage and disappointment. I am amazed. These great beasts, so strong, so powerful, have been stopped dead in their tracks. They are furious. If they could get through the barrier, they would rip me to pieces. I would be powerless to stop them. Of this I have no doubt. As they continue to hurl themselves against the barrier, their resolve begins to weaken. They seem to realize that they are only doing damage to themselves. I marvel at their powerlessness to reach me. All of a sudden, as if a silent command has been given, they become quiet. Their attitude changes, and they seem to realize and accept their defeat. The fierce one, who turns out to be their spokesman, turns to all of the others, and on cue they all bow before me. The words of the leader appear in my mind. You have defeated us. You are a mighty warrior, and we admit that we have no power against you. Permit us to cross the barrier, that we may bestow many precious gifts upon you, as a sign of the peace and honor that we desire to share with you in your presence from this point on. All fear leaves me, and I feel a great relief and a great sense of self-importance. It was a test. I passed the test. Now let me make allies of these fierce ones and partake of the reward for my courage. Suddenly the dogs let out a great roar and leap in my direction. I cry out desperately, "Jesus, I need you!" At once the dogs disappear. The dogs recede, the darkness recedes, and the cool wafting breeze has returned. All is calm and serene. I softly whisper, "Thank you, Jesus," and begin slowly to make my way back to the valley.